Hey guys, welcome back again, and Dave's Dimension, welcome back again for another video. Welcome back to the channel, where chaos and insanity will always reign supreme. So, a little bit of an update. Just came back from Ohio. Had a little family trip. My nephew was graduating, so there was a graduation party, and with everything getting better in, just all across the country, a bunch of family got to come and meet up in Ohio. Family from Michigan, family from New York State. We all got together. It was a great time, and it was great to catch up and see everyone actually face to face in person. In addition to that, as you guys know, a week before we had a trip in New York City, and then we came back last week, and then we had to leave again for Ohio. Well, during all that time, the dimension has been becoming unstable, so to speak. What do I mean by that? Well, what I'm referring to is the computer. Not my work computer, no, not the laptop. The laptop is still functional. My primary computer, which is a bit of a Frankenstein, but basically, think of it this way. If, as far as Ghostbusting goes, that's my containment unit, so to speak. As far as the dimension itself, this is the dimensional stabilizer that allows me to reach through any and all dimensions, whether it's Marvel, DC, or Power Rangers. Well, that dimensional grid is destabilizing, so to speak. The computer itself, a little background on my PC, on my main computer. It's a bit of a Frankenstein. 5 years ago, it was built. Got a nice, big, large tower. Unfortunately, it had very cheap fans in it. You do with what you have, right? So, we built that. My youngest brother and I built it. He's a tech. He's literally a computer whiz. He's above me. I'll be honest. We built it. With parts that he gave me. He had a couple graphics cards that he no longer needed. They were maybe a year or so old. So we'll round it off to 2 years. So the graphics cards are now 7 years old. The motherboard is at least 7 or 8 years old. The power supply was brand new. The basically the heatsink, processor, hard drives, all brand new. Okay? Well, now, over the past year, I've been having more problems, increasing problems with the computer itself. To the point where either I'm having to press the power button a couple times just to get it to boot up, or not even boot up, but just to turn on. That could be a faulty switch. That would be an easy fix. Another issue is it does turn on, but it doesn't boot. Okay? We know it's not a hard drive issue. I've gone through all the possible testing to see if it's a hard drive issue. That's not it. And every once in a while, I'll get a large Windows update, and for some reason, it won't properly boot unless I disable my second and third hard drives that I have on there. Why do I have a second and third hard drive? I have a lot of files on my computer, a lot of memories, a lot of videos, pictures, music, because I used to be a DJ years ago. So, I mean, I have the equivalent to about 500 CDs, if not more, on my computer. It takes up a lot of space. So, with that being said, the computer either is not booting up, it's not going into Windows, unless I hit the reset button over and over, and maybe on the 5th or 6th or even 7th attempt, then it boots up into Windows. Obviously, that's a problem, guys. Even if I put the computer in sleep mode, it goes to that same problem. So I know for a fact it's not Windows because I completely restored Windows to factory settings. We did a clean install, and we're still having those issues, okay? Also, when I came back today, my speakers weren't working. So, normally I have the outline, basically the line going to the speaker from the output of the computer, which is part of the, basically integrated on the motherboard itself. It's a part of the motherboard, in other words. No sound was coming out. Now, I tried plugging the speaker wire into there's a 3.5mm jack on the top of the computer, on the tower. I plug it in there, now it's working, but the other jack is not. So that gives me a little further logic, a little further push, making me think it's definitely the motherboard. Now, the graphics cards in the motherboard are at least 7 or 8 years old now. Okay, the tower itself is a much older style tower. Now, the only thing I really have salvageable on this computer are going to be the, well, power source. I have a 550 watt power source on here. The hard drives obviously are transferable. The RAM is still good on it. And I mean, the graphics cards, they could be transferred over, but like I said, they're a bit old, but I know graphics cards are hard to come by nowadays. So, what are my options? My options are, I could try to buy a new motherboard. But as far as motherboard's availability, the RAM that I currently have may not be compatible with it. And I could be endlessly waiting to try and find something that will match up. One thought that was presented to me in the meantime was I could buy a pre-built gaming computer. Why a gaming computer? I will periodically play a game every now and again, but a gaming computer will also have the processing power for doing live streams, video editing, things of that nature. So there's that. I did actually reach out to Best Buy today. I made an inquiry online through their customer service chat, inquiring about, because they advertise through their Geek Squad that they can do online troubleshooting and other services to try and find out what the potential problem is before actually lugging it into their store. So I go on to their chat, and I spoke with 3 different agents at 3 different times. Each of them got me nowhere. One person had actually given me the quote as to how much it costs to have an estimate done on my computer. It's going to cost me $70 just for them to take a look at the computer and say, oh, this is the problem or that's the problem, before anything else is even done. Okay? $70, is that really a big issue? It is and it isn't, but it is and it isn't. I'll explain why I say that, guys. Considering how much computers go for nowadays, that's really a drop in the bucket. Let's be honest. I mean, most of your computers, we're not even talking Apple computers, we're talking PCs. You're talking for a really good PC, good quality, you're probably dropping at least $1,200, if not more. Gaming PCs can go for $3,300 in some cases. I've been doing the research today. The one thing I don't like is the fact that, hey, if I go there, I take it in, I say, hey, can you guys take a look at this? Oh, they're going to charge me, they want to charge me that fee first. I get that, $70, there you go. And then for them to just turn around and potentially tell me, oh, it's your motherboard's the cause of it. Well, I already had to guess that it's the motherboard. As far as ordering the parts, who knows how long it could take for them to order the parts, if they can even order a motherboard that's still compatible with all my other components. Well, if they tell me, oh, your GPU is pretty much on the way out, your motherboard's on the way out, which means, I mean, odds are my processor, I don't know really, are they going to be able to save the CPU? Those are more unstable questions. They might just tell me, you're going to be better off getting a brand new computer. And of course, it's Geek Squad, it's Best Buy, so if it's not something that they can easily fix, they might just say, oh, but we have computers here, and push me onto a new computer. So there's that. Yeah, not the greatest bit of news. So I'm right now in a pickle. Do I take my antiquated computer? And by the way, when I say antiquated, it does still have a CD DVD drive in it. I have a 254 gig, or no, 256 gig SSD. I have a 2 terabyte hard drive and a single terabyte hard drive on here. Like I said, I have a lot of videos, music, That takes up a lot of the space. Okay? So, do I go ahead and bring my whole computer there hoping that they can do something? Or, they might even tell me, oh, well, these fans they're just not strong enough. You're going to be better off just doing a brand new computer. I mean, that's $70 I can put towards a new computer. So, I'm just trying to debate, what should I do, guys? Should I go ahead and take it to Best Buy, let's see what happens? Or do I just say, you know what, we're going to let it run for as long as it possibly can, and in the meantime, I'm going to start looking for a brand new computer. I have been looking at a few gaming computers on, it's Amazon Prime, so Prime Day deals. I looked at a few. Most of them, I'm definitely going to have to jump on getting extra RAM sticks for the computer. I'm looking at that. I'm trying to stay away from HP. I'm trying to stay away from any kind of quote-unquote gaming computer built by HP, Lenovo, Dell, because in my personal experience, those mass-manufactured brand names, if something goes wrong with them, well, you need one of their techs to fix it, or you have to pay for one of their pieces of equipment to fix it. And usually they have an integrated graphics card, which is not always the best. That's what I'm trying to avoid right now, guys. It's literally every time I turn off the computer, I'm having to play around 5-6 times in a row, hoping for it to load up. So the dimension is unstable right now, so to speak. So there's that. So if any of you guys have some thoughts, some suggestions to me, do you think I should just go ahead and get a brand new computer? Do you think I should not get a gaming computer? Do you think I should try to do something else? And in case you're wondering of my budget, I'm really not trying to spend another $1,000 on a computer. I'll be honest, I'm really not. Me and my powerful laptop I've had for a number of years, the laptop right here, I've had this for 3 years now. Paid about $600 or $700 for it. It's a Dell and it's actually a tablet at the same time. I love it. If I need to, can I actually function on that? Yes, I could. I could try and do it. It's just going to take a little bit of modifying and improvisation, because I have 2 monitors. I could find a way to rig it up to this, but that's only a short-term fix, guys. That's not a permanent fix. So that's what's going on in the dimension. Yeah, my old faithful, my old trusty, my command center, my dimensional stabilizer is falling apart. And I'm thinking I might just, Amazon Prime has some computers ranging between $500 to $700, $800, and $800, some at $900. I might just have to say, let me see what I can do. See if I can afford one, at least so I can have something moving forward. And, maybe in a year or two, get things paid off, and maybe I can do something a little bit better further down the line. I know, one of the big concerns is graphics cards are so expensive right now, given everything that went on in the world. The raw materials needed to build circuit boards, graphics cards, they're very far and few. That's why graphics cards are going for $600, $800, $900 in some cases. And let's not even get into eBay, guys. So that's what's going on with the dimensions, guys. I really don't know what I'm gonna do. I can't just leave my computer running all the time. Another thing is, this computer is spitting out hot air like you wouldn't believe. I constantly clean and maintenance this computer as much as I possibly can. And for those tech heads, I can't even get the BIOS to load up. I mean, obviously the BIOS is there, it's working, otherwise the computer wouldn't properly boot. Even if it does take 6 or 7 tries. So there is that. So I'm having trouble trying to get the BIOS to boot. I don't know what exactly I'm going to do. I'm leaning towards possibly getting another computer, but we'll see what happens. Should I get a gaming computer, or should I just get a regular home computer? Guys, give me some insight. Let me know. One, I just don't have the tools and the means to potentially build a new computer right now. I mean, graphics card alone is gonna set me back what, $500, $600, $700 if I'm lucky, and that's if I can even get a graphics card. Also, with my experience, I am actually looking at not going Intel, actually AMD. So I've seen a few on Amazon, and I'm considering it. I just don't know where to go from there. On the other side, on the other note, when we stopped into Ohio, Cleveland Heights, Ohio, that's where my family, we stopped at a local GameStop because my niece needed to get, she wanted to get a little Pokemon backpack purse thing, so we stopped there. And while I was there, I did come across this chunky monkey himself. We got the Hellbat Gold Edition. So we're gonna be unboxing him in a future video, but I mean, just take a look at that bad boy. He looks mean as hell. Looks pretty beefy. I can't wait to crack this bad boy open. We'll be doing that on a later day in video, but just want to give you guys a quick update. The trip was safe. Everyone's good. Everyone's safe. But we're back here and dealing with the fates of the faithful. The old PC. I wish there was something more I could do to kind of save it. And that's where we are. I mean, I'm also trying to see if I get a gaming PC, is it going to have space for me to put my hard drives into? Or will I have to convert to completely external hard drives? I already use 2 external hard drives. One is a SSD, and the other is a traditional hard drive that's a 1 terabyte. But we'll see what happens. It's going to be very interesting. I mean, I could just do the pre-built gaming PC. Right now I'm looking at the iBuyPower brand. Because I'm trying to, ideally I would like to keep it under 800 if possible. I know that's pretty low bar for computers nowadays. I mean, hell, our cell phones at least cost about $1,000 nowadays, so you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna see if push comes to shove, can I pull off 900? I don't know. I'm gonna see what happens. Got a lot of craziness going on, guys. We'll see what happens with this. So, I want to thank you guys for indulging me in this little bit of a rant and kind of airing things up. So yeah, I don't know. I would love to do some live streams as long as the computer boots up properly. If it doesn't, maybe I'll be doing a live stream on the laptop. So this Sunday I'm going to try and do a live stream if possible. If not, we'll see what happens. But I just want to thank you guys for checking out the channel today. If you liked this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. And as always, I want you to do me a favor. Drop yourself into the video description below. Check out our YouTube Warriors. Those are other YouTube channels that I've listed links to that I think you guys would really enjoy, and check them out. So, there we are. There you are. There I am. And here we are. As always, guys, keep on busting, and I'll catch you on the flip side.